Hey Pisces, how's it going? So today we're going to be doing a collective read for the sign of Pisces. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how Saturn is moving out of our sign this Saturday. So it is moving out of Pisces into Aries, and it will retrograde back into Pisces in September, and then it will move completely out of our sign in February of next year and stay in Aries. So there's a lot of underpinnings of this is a time now to relax and to have some fun this summer, because we do have that transit moving out of our sign, and Saturn is a naturally very let's get stuff done, let's lay down the groundwork to be able to manifest those dreams. And Pisces has been doing a lot of that over the last few years, and it has been heavy at times. We have had to really put our nose to the grindstone and really see how much we have been working, and also really committing to what it is that we are building. And there's a lot of refreshing energies that are coming in the summer months, and it's really time for us to embrace that and to have a lighter energy before it retrogrades back into our sign. So this is really a time for us to enjoy ourselves and to really look at how much we are building and give ourselves some grace and pat ourselves on the back, because Capricorn is no joke. It is a sign of karma and lessons and really just making stuff happen. And I feel like Pisces has really been doing a lot of that. And we are now being called to step into our leadership and to really manifest those dreams that we have been working so hard to bring down into the physical reality. So we're going to do a little read here for our sign and see what's going on. So spirit guides, just one. Okay. We have share wisdom. I'm going to do one more pull. And then we have get curious, which this is very much aligning with the summer months going on. So this could also be about learning and really sharing those things that you are learning. And then we have speak truth at the bottom of the deck. And we're going to see what the goddesses have to say. Spirit, goddesses, what messages are here for the Pisces collective at this time? We have Anne, leap of faith, take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. And you can see that she's very much a little fae there. And then we have Maeve, cycles and rhythms, honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. And then we have independent at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. So there's a lot of energies surrounding your sovereignty and your authenticity at this time. So taking a leap of faith where you have been feeling, getting those really underpinnings of where am I really needing to express my soul's authentic wisdom? Where can I get curious and learn to express those more openly in my daily life? And let's see about some tarot here. And I see a lot of you really starting to think about your options and think about your movement going forward, of really making your life align with your inner world. Like it feels like a lot of you have been asking the hard questions and you're doing the work, and potentially it's feeling like this energy feels a little bit out of character, because naturally Pisceans are very ethereal. We are the dreamers. We really, it's easier for us to speak energy and to live in the energetic realm than here in the 3D physical realm. So, working with the Capricorn energy is very helpful in the fact that we can utilize that to our strengths to be able to cultivate our dreams here in the 3D, but it is not or our native language, or it's not our native nature. And now I feel like we're really being asked to take a step back and reflect on how this energy has been working for us, and if it has been a little bit heavy, where can we fine tune it? Where can we tweak that? Because we are all, we are all manifesting our realities every single day, and we all have the choice to be able to pivot if we need to. So right now at the bottom of the deck we have Justice. And so here at the top row, we have the Two of Wands, we have the Three of Cups, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So here I really feel as though you may be looking at other options, and the Two of Wands indicates it could be a travel card, but this is also a card of really seeing your options. You haven't quite stepped into those options yet, but you are still feeling into them and you are looking at your horizons. And I can also see here that there are other like-minded individuals around you with this Three of Cups who you can bounce ideas off of and have that strong sisterly bond with. Because I really do feel like Pisceans are making moves now that a lot of people are not used to. We are now really being called to rise and to fully trust our intuitive downloads and our intuitive nature, and really to sit and listen and to see with our third eyes and to move from that space moving forward. And we really are entering into a time frame where more and more people are going to start to speak the language of energy. And we, as Pisceans, that's our native language. And we are really starting to build things in the 3D that are not here yet. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things, is to have the vision and learn how to execute it in the 3D, which is where Saturn comes in to help. And Saturn is structure, it is rules, it is challenges, but it's also wisdom. And Saturn is the granddaddy of the zodiac. It's really utilizing a lot of those things that Pisceans are not innately, we would rather be free flowing in the ocean. But if we can learn to wield that 3D energy to our advantage, to be able to pull all of that ethereal knowledge and the ethereal pings down into the 3D, this is our superpower. We really can build from a level of understanding and co-creating with the universe when we learn to step back and to really harness our energies. So it feels like something may be taking a little while to get off the ground, or you've been putting your nose to the grindstone for quite some time with this Knight of Pentacles. This is the slowest moving card. This is the slowest knight in the deck. And you can see really here, he is putting all of his coins, all of his energy here. And this horse, he is not galloping, he's not running, he is taking his time with this energy. And being able to cultivate a strong and stable foundation for your etheric gifts to start to blossom is really what we're doing here. We're really working with a lot of intense energies at this time. And at the bottom row here, we have Judgment, we have the King of Swords, and we have the Ace of Cups. And I'm going to clarify all of these, but just from looking at this, it feels like you have had to make some hard decisions, or you are coming to hard decisions and hard understandings that some things in your life are not working the way that they once did, or the way that you want them to moving forward. You're really starting to see things from a higher perspective and understanding that you have the choice to change and pivot. I'm seeing Ross from Friends. Pivot. Like, you really do have that choice and that power to be able to shift your life in any way that you want. But I also see here that this is coming from the heart space too. Integrating more of that cups energy, more of that emotive expression, whether it be in relationships or career, whatever this is for you. So let's get some clarification on some of these. Spirit, can I get the Two of Wands? Yeah. Three of Cups. And these energies have been coming up a lot in my readings, and it's just a collective theme, I think, that a lot of us are utilizing our gifts in different ways than we're used to, or different ways than we have been. And it's really starting to ask us to get out of our comfort zone and to step into the purpose that we came down here to execute and do. Okay, so I really do feel like this is a career. It's navigating more towards career, your 3D, finances, home, stability, all of that, because the Ace of Pentacles is here. So clarifying the Two of Wands is the Fool. So this is a brand new direction. This is a brand new, could be career shift, career change, moving. You're thinking about making that shift and that change to help bring about new energies and new opportunities. And I'm also seeing and hearing that friendship circles may be shifting and changing as well. And this is a very common thing when we start to elevate and shift our vibration. Our 3D world also starts to shift. We start to need and want different things, and that is okay. And that may be where I'm feeling a little bit of the resistance, because this also comes with changing how you make decisions and how you move forward. And I'm feeling that some of you may be doing more of the introspective work, that with that underworld, a lot of the internal wisdom, I feel, because we have a lot of majors clarifying these cards. So we have the Hermit with the Three of Cups here. And I feel like you're taking a step back from all of the other mental chatter that you may be inundated with in your life in the 3D. And that's not a bad thing. You are starting to sit with your inner wisdom, and you're really starting to hear your intuitive voice, your intuitive nature. You may be stepping more into meditations and really starting to hone that high priestess energy that we innately are. And with the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, so you have two very opposite knights here, but they work together, because the Knight of Pentacles is, okay, how are we going to ground this Knight of Wands, this passion, this fire? How are we going to ground this into the 3D? How can we make this work in tandem together to help us elevate in this new vibration? And anytime you do major shifts, whether it is a move or a career change or a relational change, you are shifting your vibration. You are moving the energy from what it once was into something different. And that in itself is an upgrade. And allowing the change to happen and allowing the change to really be present in your life, I think is where Pisceans, that's a really big lesson for Pisceans. And being able to allow and accept help where needed is also a big lesson too. And no longer are we looking at our lack of strengths. We're not looking in the lack aspect of things. We are looking at the realm of, okay, if I am not so good at this one thing, where can I ask for help from somebody who is amazing at it? And not looking it as a detriment to us. I think Pisceans, we've really had to learn that lesson of just being able to ask for help and learning that we can't do everything on our own and we don't want to. That's a big lesson that I really think that we are here to learn. And having a unity consciousness is going to help bring down really big things. So here with the Judgment card and the Strength in reverse here, I feel like this can be a little bit of doubt. This can be not trusting the judgment call or not trusting your inner strength to be able to execute whatever this new venture is. But knowing that you do have all of the answers, if your intuition is nudging you in a specific direction, sit on that and really dive deep into understanding, like, why is this coming up? Why is my intuition telling me to go this way? And as Pisceans, we are the psychics of the zodiac. Our intuition is spot on all the time. And trusting that is going to help elevate you. And it is also going to help stimulate that solar plexus chakra. And with this Knight of Swords and the Hierophant, this really feels like a really big spiritual upgrade. And trusting your inner masculine too as a Pisces, and to know that this is a spiritual lesson. This King of Swords, this diplomat, this analysis side, we have to let that also take the reins too and start to meld with that dreamer and with that co-creative right-sided brain that Pisceans are. But this feels like you really have the understanding and the clear nature to be able to rise and to take action in that spiritual commitment that you came down here to live. Because we all have contracts before we come down here on earth, and we have contracts to be able to live out. And being able to live that out in the 3D is also fulfilling your purpose, and it's going to help raise the collective. And then allowing your heart space to open is also going to bring in 3D tangible gifts and abundance, because we do have the Wheel of Fortune clarifying the Ace of Cups. So, and the Wheel of Fortune really is all about turning the cycles, turning the wheel to help create that change and to help create new connections and new understanding of where does my heart really lie? Where is my heart asking to be expressed fully out in the 3D to be able to bring in more abundance? And oftentimes when we move towards the things that we really love, that energy is infectious. That energy is expressed and people see that and people are naturally gravitated towards it. And the more that you can tap into that energy, whether you want to monetize it, whether you want to do more of it to be able to bring in more money, I think that is where it's asking to be clarified. Where can you find your inner spark and your inner joy? And are you doing it on a daily basis that is helping you feel balanced? Because when we are working, we're working to pay the bills, and then we're also working to fuel our passions. You can meld those together, but you have to build up the resources to be able to execute that. And now I feel I'm seeing a screenshot. Now this time is really taking a screenshot of where you are and allowing yourself to pause and to lift up out of the root work to be able to navigate where you can lay down a little bit more of that energy or where you need to pivot. Okay, so let's get some more energies here. Spirit, what advice is present for Pisces at this time? Give. What energies? Bravery. Reassess. And then we have one more. Open up. And then we have healing at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so giving and bravery. So when you give to be able to help others, that helps to lift your vibration, and it also puts you in an energy of gratitude. And then with bravery, this says you're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable, but you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. So really clearing up that solar plexus chakra and knowing that you are worthy and you are strong and you know what's up. Trusting that intuition to navigate you forward and to build your dream life. And then with this reassess, it says you're being asked, so that screenshot, you're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what bring you joy and who and what don't. It's time for some life cleanup. And then open up, you're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. Allowing yourself to love and allowing yourself to be open to your dreams, be open to those things that you want, and allowing this energy of reprieve to help shift your mindset to attract all of the abundance that you deserve. So thank you for being here, Pisces. I am right there with you. I'm a fellow Piscean, so this has been, it's been a lot, but we're doing it for a reason, and we are also leaders. We are teaching others to lead with intuition and heart, because that is where the collective is rising to. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful week and enjoy Saturn moving out of our sign. Blessed be.